Good morning. It is Monday, September 22nd. I did a thing. I got a tattoo. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I had been thinking about doing a tattoo at some point before Tilk passed away, but after he died, I definitely wanted to get one, something symbolizing him. It's still got the bandage on it, and so it looks kind of wonky. It's got a little bit of an ink sac, but it's super cute. I'll show it to you when it's healed. Yeah, I've been going back and forth about it, like what I actually wanted to get. I wasn't sure if I wanted to get his name or something. Like I went back and forth with several designs, some of them that I created, some of them that other people helped me kind of come up with. I thought about doing his handprint, and I don't know. There's no tattoo places in my town, so I would have had to like make an appointment and everything. And like at one point I did have an appointment, and then I chickened out. I was scared of it hurting. But anyway, the boys and I, the big boys, Dylan, Robert, and Ronan, we were all at the Mall of America on Saturday, and when we walked in, there's a tattoo shop like pretty close to where we came in at, and I was like, I'm gonna see if they do walk-ins. If they do walk-ins, I'm just gonna do it. And ultimately, I decided on Tilk's favorite toy, Bevo. It turned out really well. I'm really happy with it. I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it put on my chest, because I thought about putting it on my chest because it's like, that's where my heart is. But then I was like, what if I don't like it? That's a really like big area that's really visible. This is really visible too, but the boys were like, you should put it on your arm or your leg, especially because it's your first tattoo. And the tattoo artist said that in terms of pain, arms hurt less than legs. So I went with my arm. Originally, I was going to have him facing me, but then the boy said it would look silly because when you have your arm down, then he'd be upside down. So I'm like, okay, so that's what I went with. It really only hurt when she was doing like this, like parts that are like right on this tendon. It sort of felt like I was being mildly electrocuted, if that makes sense. Like, have you ever used a TENS unit and you got these little pads that like shoot electricity into your muscles to make them like tense? It kind of felt like that, but like I was really, really scared at first. But as we got going, I was like, oh, actually, this isn't so bad. And by the end of it, I felt pretty good. Yeah. So I did it. I actually did it. It's funny, my dad got his first tattoo when he was my age now. My dad said when he was younger, he didn't get one because he was always worried about it being permanently on his body and what if he changed his mind. And I was kind of the same thought, especially when I was younger. Like, what if I don't like it as I get older? But this one holds a really special meaning, And that's what I was like, if I was gonna get a tattoo, I wanted it to be something that held meaning to me, that would always hold meaning. And this one really does. It's for Tilk. This is my costume for today. Obviously, I'm not wearing this to work. I'm gonna do some filming and then change and stuff. So Saturday, we didn't just go to the mall. In fact, we hadn't actually planned on going to the mall. We went to the Renaissance Festival, and that's something that Roman's been wanting to do for years. I had a dress and everything. Like, we were gonna go last year, but it ended up not working out. So we went, And I don't know what I was expecting, but I was not expecting a giant crowded outdoor mall. It was so crowded. You guys, it was so crowded. It was like shoulder to shoulder. It was very unpleasant for me. It was really cool seeing a bunch of people in costumes. And I had been really excited about the fair food. We got a cinnamon roll. The cinnamon roll was really dry. Got bread bowls. The bread was mediocre. The soup was good, but there was like maybe a couple spoonfuls of soup in each bowl. They didn't like hollow out the bread enough, and there was way too much bread to soup ratio. There was, well, it just wasn't great. Overall, the food kind of sucked. It was expensive and mediocre. And then Roman got some really cool, like he got this really cool staff. There was a lot of like D&D stuff there, so that was cool. He really enjoyed that. But there was a lot of people, and so there was this thing. We seen a couple of the shows. They had a, I need to do the black. I always forget to do the black. Not always. I don't know. Wait, I did the black. Never mind. What am I doing? Anyway, we seen a couple of the little shows. There was a sword juggler, which is kind of cool. Some singers and a few other things. We went over to this thing that was like a dungeon, and you had to pay $3 to go through this dungeon thing. Ronan really wanted to do it, so we did, and it was like this just cramped tunnel with no way out except to go forward. And I swear there was like hundreds of people. It was shoulder to shoulder. It was hot. It was sweaty. It was panic inducing. And it took a good 20 minutes for us to get through this tunnel thing. By the time that was done, I was like on the verge of a total panic attack. It was extremely claustrophobic. I just kept thinking, oh my goodness, if somebody trips, if there's like some sort of stampede in here, people are gonna die. What if there's a fire? You know, that's where my brain was going. It was not fun. That part of it was not fun at all. I was just like, get me out of here. After we had walked through the entire park, we had been in every single shop. We had only been there about 2.5 hours. And then we were like, we just kind of ran out of stuff to do. I was like, well, do you want to stay till the end of till the park closes at 7, or do you want to go do something else? So we decided to go do something else. First thing that we did was go to see the Tesla cars. Now, my son Dylan is he's autistic, and his favorite thing in the world is Tesla. He likes the electric cars. He doesn't like Elon Musk, so we're not going to get into that. But he likes the electric cars. And he's been wanting, he likes to go travel to go test drive these cars every once in a while. Because they have these dealerships where you can just like borrow it for like 30 minutes. And he's been wanting me to go do this with him for a while. So I was like, well, why don't we go see the Teslas? As soon as I said that, kid takes off running. This kid does not run. He takes off running. He's like, yes, let's do this. And so we're like, me and Robbie and Ronan are like, oh, he's really excited. So anyway, so we're like basically chasing him back to the car. He's booking it, man. And we drove almost an hour towards the Mall of America to go to the dealership, and he uh, goes and gets permission to use one of the Teslas, and we ride around in this thing for like a half an hour. It wasn't as scary as I had imagined it, riding around in the self-driving car. Whenever he touched the wheel, it would actually, like, he would take back control of the car. But at the end of the ride, it's pre-programmed to stop what it's doing and come back. And most of the time when I'm a passenger in a car, I get motion sickness. And I was definitely motion sick the majority of the ride while Dylan was driving. But when the Tesla was driving itself, I actually didn't feel motion sick. It was really smooth. It was really great. And he's like, so you want to buy one of these now, right, Mom? And I was like, no, baby, I don't. They're expensive. And electric cars really only work if you live in a big city that has the charging ports and stuff. I was like, they're really cool. I still don't want to buy one. I think he was kind of hoping to convince me to help him afford to lease one, because he wants one so bad. But I can't afford that. Neither can he right now. I guess there's some sort of tax credits or something that are going to be expiring at the end of this month. And so he feels like it's becoming out of reach for him. And I was like, you know what though? Like, I'm sure these things will become more affordable as time goes on because the technology is becoming more common. I don't know why he wants one up here though, because it's not going to work in this area very well. Also, it gets really, really cold in the winter, and that's a problem for EVs. We had an electric four-wheeler, and when it was like 40 below out, the thing would not turn on. And even if you could get it turned on, like you had it plugged in and everything, it would drain the battery so fast, I could literally only go down to the grocery store and back with it. And that's like 2 blocks. So, I don't know. To me, it's just not financially feasible up here, but that's what he wants. Anyway, so after we did that, we went over to the Mall of America, and we had dinner and walked around the mall, went to a D&D shop. Dylan was saying that he was afraid of escalators, and I was like, that's okay. You know, we were on the 3rd floor where all the food court is and everything, and that's where the tattoo shop was and the D&D store, and Robbie wanted to go into Spencer's. And I was like, we don't have to go and look at like every store in the mall. We don't even have time for that. And then he's like, no, let's go down the escalator. So we went down the escalator to the 2nd floor, and I was like, okay, what stores do you want to see? None of them. Literally went down the escalator, walked halfway across, and up the elevator. I was like, what was the point of that? But the boys went and played laser tag while I got the tattoo. I wanted them to stay with me because I was scared. But my tattoo artist, she was so sweet, and we just got to talking and found out that we had a lot in common. And so I didn't feel nearly as scared as I thought I would. So overall, it turned out really well. It was a really good day. Of course, we got home really late. Dylan was the only one that could drive because he drives a manual and none of us know how to drive it. And we took his car. And when we were about an hour from home, he was getting really tired. So I was like, well, we could get a hotel room. He's like, no, 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 I'll be fine. It was like 1 in the morning at this point. And so he's like, I just need to turn on some loud music. Okay, sure, no problem. So he turns on the music. It's really, really loud. Here's the funny part. The music was in another language. He said it was Portuguese and Russian, the different songs he was playing. And Ronan and I are in the back, and we absolutely could not understand any of the music. So we're trying to, like, we can't fall asleep because the music is so loud. So we were just trying to guess at what we thought it sounded like. Like, we knew it wasn't in English. We're texting to each other back and forth what the lyrics sounded like to us. And it was stuff like, everyone knows how to quack, quack, quack. And, I pee pee with my wee wee, quack, 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 or something. I don't know. It was funny. And we were just laughing and giggling, but the music was so loud we couldn't even hear ourselves laughing. We got home safe, went right to bed. I had to get up early though, because I had to work in the morning. And so I was so tired yesterday. I was so tired. Oh my goodness. But it was fun. It was really fun. I had a good day. I really don't want to get back in Dylan's car though. It's a 2-seater and the shocks are not great. Or not a 2-seater. It's a 2-door. Sorry. It has seats in the back. And the motion sickness was terrible. I had to sit in the front because I wanted to sit in the front because of my motion sickness, but I couldn't sit in the front because Robbie didn't fit in the back because it's so cramped back there. The boys want to do another trip next month to go to a water park hotel next to the Mall of America, and I kind of want to go, but I'm also kind of like scared too. Dylan's car freaks me out. So I don't know. You know what? I kind of wish I had a tail for this outfit, just for today. Like, I think that would be cute. Anyway, I'll see you guys real soon.